Well, it is never too early to start thinking about Easter. And I have a commission. So somebody had asked me if I've ever done an egg tray, and I said, as a matter of fact, I have. This is the mold that I've used before. This one is from Colors for Earth. And I really like this mold. It took me a little while to fire it to a schedule that I really like. So, but I've done a couple of these before, and so the request was that his wife has a lot of white Pyrex that has a blue pattern, and he wanted to try to mimic that a little bit. So I thought I might as well just film this as I go. I've got some opaque white here. I'm not convinced that this is going to cut well, so I may have to get another sheet, but I'm going to cut my white, I'm going to put some clear underneath it, and then I'm going to show you what I'm planning to do for the middle for the blue. All right, so I cleaned up my clear glass and I layered a dusting of powder on it. Always wear a mask for that. You do not want to mess around with powder. So I had my mask on, I did a dusting of powder on the clear glass, and that's my base piece, my first layer, and it's already on the kiln shelf. And so now here's the white piece. I've cleaned it really well. This is opaque white, 013. And white, in my experience, tends to devitrify a little bit more. So you want to make sure it's really clean. So I've got it very clean. I've set up my area here again for more clear powder. I just use the lid of the jar to put it up here. So I've got a little bit of opportunity to grab up underneath that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the Vitrigraph. This Vitrigraph is from Henry at SS Glass Art. Now, I don't know if he has this specific one again. This one's called Silent Night. This is aventurine blue and dense white. And so I like the look of this, and the customer's wife collects white Pyrex with a blue accent. And so he sent me some photos and wanted me to replicate that a little bit, to the extent that I can. And I happen to have this Vitrigraph from Henry that I think is a great match. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of arrange this in such a way down the middle and then do a full fuse on this. But I'm going to dust the entire thing with clear powder again before I take it to the kiln, which is why I've got the setup that I've got. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to arrange this. I'm going to give it a shot now and just start playing with it a little bit. And once it's done, I'll dust it with powder and then take it over to the kiln and fire it to a full fuse. All right, here is this piece out of the kiln. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy with it. The aventurine is glittery and cool. The whites are going to be a perfect complement to, I think, her aesthetic of the china that or the Pyrex that she likes to collect. And I've already sent a picture of this to the client, and he loves it. So now it is time to slump it. I'm real happy with the full fuse. Now it's time to slump it into the egg platter. So here again is that mold that I use. These are deep cavities, particularly here in the middle. So what I found is a low and slow slump, particularly because this is white, and white is notorious for kind of breaking. So I'm going to take this at probably, 100 degrees an hour up to about 1275. No, 1225, I think is I've done this one before, so I'm gonna go back and double check, but basically slump it for like 3 hours. So sitting at 1225 for about 3 hours to really get into these cavities. So I'll do that next, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. And here it is. Beautiful platter coming out of that egg mold. I just love it. Deviled egg tray mold. So I got a nice fuse on this. I went 1225 for 2 hours and 45 minutes. And so it touched down. I've got nice flat pieces here. I'm not sure that it fully, yeah, I think it might have fully touched down inside the eggs as well. So you can see that definition really well in the back. Being 2 layers of glass and being opaque, you don't see too much of that, but there are nice cups. Eggs will sit nicely in there. You've got the center, you've got the amazing Vitrigraph here from Henry with the aventurine in it. There's some sparkle through there. Really, really cool. So very pleased with this. I think my client is going to love it. If you're interested in that mold, it's on Colors for Earth website. I'll post a link to that. I'm not sure if Henry has this Vitrigraph, but he has lots of cool Vitrigraph, so I'll post his link as well. And I always post my firing schedule in the video notes, so if you're interested in what that was specifically, go to the video notes on YouTube to check that out. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. Catch you later. Bye-bye.